John Rambo is one of the most legendary action heroes ever created. But behind the explosions, weapons, and survival skills lies a character with a powerful message about the scars of war and the strength of the human spirit. Rambo was created by Canadian author David Morrell in 1972 in his novel First Blood. Morrell was inspired by real stories of American soldiers who returned from the Vietnam War broken and ignored by their own country. He chose the name Rambo from an apple he found in his kitchen, the Rambo apple, and because it sounded strong and unforgettable. When First Blood was turned into a movie in 1982, Sylvester Stallone stepped into the role and transformed Rambo from a simple character into an icon. In the film, John James Rambo is a former Green Beret, trained for the toughest missions in Vietnam. But when he comes home, he finds himself rejected, misunderstood, and treated like a threat instead of a hero. When a small-town sheriff tries to push him out, Rambo's survival instincts explode into a battle in the forests of the Pacific Northwest. He uses traps, camouflage, and guerrilla tactics to fight alone, showing how a trained soldier can turn any environment into a battlefield. But the story didn't stop there. First Blood was a huge success, and people wanted more of this unstoppable warrior. In Rambo, First Blood Part 2, 1985, Rambo is given a chance at freedom if he returns to Vietnam to search for American prisoners of war left behind. Betrayed by his own government again, he becomes a one-man army, taking down enemy camps and freeing the forgotten soldiers. His signature look, the red headband, ripped muscles, bow and arrow, became an image recognized worldwide. In Rambo 3, 1988, Rambo heads to Afghanistan to rescue his mentor and only real friend, Colonel Troutman, who is captured by Soviet forces. This film pushed the action even bigger: helicopters, tanks, and massive explosions. Yet at its core, Rambo is always a man driven by loyalty and the pain of loss. After years of silence, Sylvester Stallone brought Rambo back in Rambo, 2008. Now living in Thailand, older and tired of war, Rambo tries to stay out of conflict. But when missionaries are kidnapped in Burma's brutal civil war, he returns to the fight to rescue innocent lives, showing that his fighting spirit never died. In Rambo, Last Blood, 2019, fans saw an older, lonely Rambo living on his family ranch in Arizona. But violence finds him again when his adopted niece is kidnapped by a human trafficking cartel. In a final brutal stand, Rambo becomes the nightmare of his enemies, proving once more that his will to protect the people he loves is stronger than any wound or bullet. More than just gunfights and explosions, John Rambo represents soldiers who come home and find a different kind of war inside their own minds. He is a symbol of how deeply war can scar a man's heart and how survival sometimes means fighting battles no one else sees. Stallone's portrayal turned Rambo into a cultural icon. His quotes, look, and attitude have inspired countless movies, games, and stories. Decades later, Rambo's legacy lives on. He is a fictional hero who feels real because he stands for something true: the pain, courage, and resilience of every soldier who was asked to give everything and got nothing in return. Whether he's in the jungles of Vietnam, the deserts of Afghanistan, or the quiet plains of Arizona, John Rambo remains a reminder: some warriors never stop fighting, even when the war is supposed to be over. Organized by Mr. JZ Empire. You're welcome back.